Just cancel it. He's not black enough. Aaron Pierre just started a war because he's just been casted as the Green Lantern John Stewart. Traditionally, Stewart's portrayed as a dark-skinned man, and Pierre won the role after competing against several dark-skinned actors. Now, conversations of colorism has entered the chat. Why would you, as a light-skinned man, accept a role meant for a dark-skinned man? Now, Aaron Pierre wouldn't have been our first pick for John Stewart's Green Lantern, and you guys are definitely still gassing Rebel Ridge. But in this video, I want us to be very clear. This casting controversy is stupid. And see, if you stick around to the end of this video, we expose an even deeper issue with this casting that literally no one is talking about for some reason. But in order for that to make sense, we have to add context to the situation. January 2023, James Gunn announced a brand new Green Lanterns TV show heading to HBO, which is basically True Detective in space. Then in September, an industry insider, Jeff Snyder, announced Josh Brolin was offered the role of Hal Jordan. Plot twist, Brolin didn't take the role, and now our new Hal Jordan is Kyle Chandler. Now, here's where things get messy. We've been said this from the start. Hal Jordan's casting only matters if the John Stewart casting is done well. It came down to our top pick, Damson Idris, Stephan James, and Aaron Pierre. James Gunn posted a tweet welcoming him with open arms, and this is where all of the problems begin. Welcome to another episode of Kaylex Encounter, and if you've been here before, hello Kaylex. Colorism wins again, and most won't care because everyone likes him and finds him attractive. John Stewart is legit my favorite superhero, so this casting is a bummer. Not due to his acting, but I doubt that they're even gonna address the elephant in the room.
I need somebody to make a point without calling him handsome. People saying they only want him because he's handsome. That sounds like you hating.
So somebody else says, this casting pisses me off for obvious reasons regarding Aaron Pierre's skin color, and those casting directors need to be fired. But then I gotta look at the actor in all of this. Why would you, as a light-skinned man, accept a role meant for a dark-skinned man?
Hold on. They kinda cooking. Because if we being honest, a lot of people also said the same thing about a black Little Mermaid.
When people were upset about Ariel being black, I think it's pretty stupid because at the end of the day, it's about who's best for the job. And we all know Shorty could sing. I feel like this is the same exact conversation. But I think this is pretty stupid.
It's pretty stupid.
Like, if the person y'all casting is bad, that's a different story. Somebody else said, this is another example of all industries assuming that lighter, brighter, and whiter is better. A dark-skinned actor should have had the role.
How is this casting saying the industry thinks lighter, brighter is better?
Because John Stewart is usually depicted as a dark-skinned man. From this tweet, and seeing how everybody else is interpreting it, the idea that dark-skinned men are going to always be replaced by light-skinned men because it's more approachable to Hollywood.
I don't know, because if you think about it, let's think of all the dark-skinned characters in comic book movies that's been replaced by light-skinned people. We got Blade twice, War Machine, the Blackest of Panthers,
Sam,
Captain America. Sam, disrespect my boy. Feel me? Just get one light-skinned actor and all hell breaks loose.
Y'all know damn well John Stewart is dark-skinned. Aaron Pierre did great in Rebel Ridge. None of that means he gotta be casted as Green Lantern. The Green Lantern is a dark-skinned black man. Y'all gassing the F out of Rebel Ridge, bro.
Nah, niggas gassing how dark John Stewart is. Make him sound like Midnight.
I get where people are coming from. I'm not gonna act like I don't see it. But when we keep talking about Rebel Ridge, I just want to point out Rebel Mid, that's what it should be called. It's not that good of a movie. I think his character was one-dimensional and doesn't push the actor. But he doesn't have as much of a resume as someone like Stephan James. He even stood up next to Chadwick Boseman and did a great job. If we're gonna talk about the length of his resume and all of that, I think that's more of a conversation. I honestly don't think that people have an issue with how black he is. And it's a point that I'm gonna hammer home a little bit later, but I honestly think the reason why people really have an issue is because my boy looked like Gojo, bro. Like, my boy looked like he ready to do a hollow purple, bro. Like, that's what's really the problem. Look at my man's eyes, bro.
He said, stop staring at me.
Right. I feel like it's messed up because my boy is black, bro. Like, he just so happens, sure, to be a little bit lighter, but he is black.
Are you telling me I can't beat John Stewart?
You dark skinned, bro.
I can't. No, you're dark skinned. Based off these people, you are dark skinned. I am not. So now the question is,
Bro.
I can't play John Stewart. If Hollywood came to me and offered me John Stewart, I have to say no.
Yeah.
I'll be damned if I let internet people tell me I can't play John
Hey, yo,
Stewart.
give up the role, yo.
Like, you crazy as hell. What I'm really worried about, and the only thing I'm genuinely worried about, because I did have a problem with the casting at first, not the way these people did. I just didn't think he looked like John Stewart to me. But watching all these people complain and post up side-by-side pictures, I'm like, I see him as the role now. Like,
Yeah.
You guys convinced me. Like, I see him as the role now. But no, the only thing I'm genuinely worried about, I need to see the suits. What are the suits gonna look like? What are the suits gonna be made of? That's what I'm worried about. Niggas worried about how dark a mother is. I want to see the suits.
I wasn't surprised in the slightest. Love Aaron Pierre, but when the creator explicitly made John Stewart a dark-skinned black man, this role should have went elsewhere. Colorism is a real effing issue. This doesn't qualify as that. Saying Aaron Pierre was cast just because he's light-skinned is reductive to the plight, in my opinion. Dude is insanely talented. I wouldn't say insanely, just because I haven't seen, like I said before, I haven't seen too many projects from him yet. And from Rebel Ridge, I'm not gonna lie, I understand the John Stewart energy. Still very one-dimensional. But as I said in the Rebel Ridge video, I think that was a writer-director problem rather than the actor problem, which is why I want to see more from him. But I don't think the Green Lantern series is where I'm gonna get that. I sound like a broken record. If James Gunn is coming out and saying he feels confident that he found our Green Lantern and he screen tested against Kyle Chandler, I believe it. I'm gonna go with that.
It's like everybody loved all of James Gunn's castings up until now. For some reason, like, we're against this one. How come nobody was upset that Hawkman was black?
And see, that's my thing.
What
Aldous Hodge was dope. He's a good actor. Aldous Hodge was just a dope, and that's my point, right? Is the actor dope? I don't remember any pushback against that. And if there was, it was very minimal. I think we're getting a lot better when it comes to the media that we're getting. It's not just like bullshit black trauma anymore, right? Like, we're starting to be able to have a little bit more fun, which is what I like.
It's those black trauma people that's upset. Nah, go ahead, finish it. It's the black trauma people that's upset. We chilling.
The deeper issue here is that we just need more black people in general. Just black people in movies. And I know that to Jordan Peele, he got in trouble for saying that. He was like, yo, why would I cast other types of people when there's a whole bunch of black people out there? He got in trouble for saying something very similar to that. But I understood what he was trying to get at. Like, for me, I always saw it as disingenuous when people got mad. Like, you have Thor, Captain America, Sentry, Professor X. Give me more.
90% of superheroes.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, but like when it comes to black characters, like, it's super scarce. Like, when you're watching movies like Coming to America, they were like, bro, you can only make this movie if you have a few white characters. I'm not saying intentionally go out your way to segregate films. I'm not saying that. But I am saying that people do start to feel some type of way when you have a majority black people. And they start getting nervous. And like, what I'm trying to get at is Aaron Pierre would not be an issue if we just had more black people. That way people would understand, yo, the skin tone doesn't matter. Yo, you know my boy is just black in general. He just so happens to be a little bit more light-skinned.
This is a whole new level of tone policing.
Like, I'm just happy to see John Stewart on screen. Ray Fisher was cast as Cyborg, and I loved him as Cyborg. Bro, he's more light-skinned than Aaron Pierre. Nobody was complaining that my man's was Cyborg. I genuinely liked him as Cyborg and was upset that they cut him out so much. Nobody was out here policing him on how black he was. It's the eyes, bro.
It's the eyes.
Nobody gives a fuck that my boy's a little bit more light-skinned. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not something. I just don't think it's as deep as people are making it. The man is still a black man. To call out his blackness is out of pocket. Overall, I think the biggest problem is that, you know, we just need more black people on screen. Kaylex dropping stuff. They better not let us get our money up. y'all gotta go ahead, check out our other projects going on. I think the real solution is that more black people, let's just keep on creating stuff. And I think like at its core, that's what we trying to do here at Kaylex. Like, we love movies, we love talking about movies. Everything has to be in good faith. Like, it has to be coming from a place of love. We've been documenting all things DC, so click over here to take you all the way back to the beginning of everything. What do you guys think of my boy Aaron Pierre as Green Lantern? And we'll see you in the next encounter.
Peace.